It is surely the greatest gift the North ever gave the globe. Stephenson's rocket, made in Newcastle in 1829. A titanic feat of engineering, credited with sending the world off on a railway journey that's lasted now almost 200 years. Rocket has lived at London's Science Museum since the 1860s, but now it's coming home, though you might not recognise it from the sketches of your school days. Rocket really doesn't look like people have probably seen it in school books, all sort of beautiful and yellow and black. Why is that?
That's right. I mean, we're seeing it very much at the end of its life. It's not as it was depicted, yellow, white and beautiful. This is a real machine that had a long life.
So all this blackened exterior is effectively because it had a hard shift.
It had had a hard shift, it had been worked for years and really sweated, absolutely.
This replica at York's National Railway Museum shows what Rocket looked like when it started work. The proud winner of a contest to find a locomotive that would run the world's first intercity passenger train between Liverpool and Manchester. First class seats though, definitely better than third. At almost 30 miles an hour, Rocket was faster and more efficient than its competition for three reasons. An ingenious multi-tube boiler system that heated water more efficiently, a chimney stack that kept the loco's fire burning brighter, and a rod system linking its wheels directly to its cylinders. All the work of 25-year-old North East lad Robert Stephenson, under the watchful eye of his father George, himself a giant of engineering. And those three pioneering characteristics developed for Stephenson's rocket stayed exactly the same as railway engines got taller, stronger and longer over the course of the next 130 years.
Rocket has its spiritual home in the North East because it's built here. It's built in Newcastle by the Stephensons, father and son, and it's fantastic to have it as the centrepiece of the Great Exhibition of the North.
But getting it back to the North East has been a huge task. A team of engineers at London's Science Museum worked night and day, carefully taking it to pieces and loading rockets onto a lorry ready for its journey. A day later, it landed in Newcastle, but with even more work to do to unwrap Rocket and put it back together.
Each nut and bolt comes off, and we have a special template in which each nut and bolt is fitted into its right location so that we can make sure that the nut and bolt goes back into the same location when we come to fit them all back in again.
Not a job where you want to put a screw down and forget where you put it, I'm sure.
Absolutely not.
Perhaps the biggest task, lifting this 5.5-ton hulk up onto the stage where it'll be on display at Newcastle's Discovery Museum. A moment that took 18 months of planning and around another 8 hours of careful construction and deliberation before Rocket finally had liftoff. This mighty engine almost home after 189 years away. Well, we are now 24 hours on, and that distinctive chimney stack should tell you that Rocket has now landed, still under wraps until the official opening of this exhibition next Friday. But I'm going to bring in now Carolyn Ball, who's the manager here. Carolyn, you must be feeling pretty overwhelmed, are you?
I am absolutely, completely overwhelmed. We've had 3 really, really challenging days, but Rocket is here. It couldn't be more fantastic.
Some difficult moments as well, not easy.
It's been a real challenge. We had a real difficulty at the start. Our doors weren't big enough, so we put new ones in. We had this much clearance either side.
Wow.
And we've had to chop down part of the scaffold to actually get Rocket into position as well.
And a real coup on 2 fronts here for you now.
Well, yeah, it's amazing. What we've got is we've got Turbinia just here, which in a day was the fastest ship in the world, and now joined by Rocket, that was in her day the fastest locomotive in the world.
What a marvellous thing to be able to say. Carolyn, thank you very much.
And
just a quick few do's and don'ts, if you like. It's not called the Rocket, it's called Rocket. It's not a he and it's not a she, it's just an it. But you can get to see it just by going online and booking your own VIP pass, as it were. Doors open here next Friday. And what a magnificent thing to be able to say you saw home in Newcastle.